We're gonna reel. All right.
We live? What's up, guys? How is
Yep.
everybody doing tonight?
We are live.
We're going to see if over the course of this chat, I can fix this reel that I've been sitting on for a year. I finally got parts for. I am mad about Penn, dude. These guys are upsetting me.
I don't have any pen.
I'm upset because I'm a fan.
Mm-hmm.
And what happened was when I'm a pawn shop junkie. Like everything I've ever owned until about 2015, I didn't buy tackle. 100% of the tackle that I got, I would dig off of the jetties every spring. This time of year, water clears up. I would go and go snorkeling down there and just steal all the tackle that's sitting on the bottom. There's a lot of brand new tackle. And I'm just cheap like that with my rods. It's all pawn shop rods. Started doing the YouTube channel. Had some sponsors that were, they were taking care of us and stuff like that. I invested in some tackle. And so I decided to go Penn. I have, at this point in time, I have 6 or 7 total Penn outfits. I mean, all the way from the bottom end to the high end. I got 7. I've got 7 outfits from bottom end to high end. And I have broke 4 of them in 1 year. Like those numbers are just staggering to me.
They mostly focus on saltwater, right? I don't have any surf equipment. Landlocked state.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know that much about freshwater, but I know that like they're solid. The bodies on these things are solid. They can take a hit. They're watertight. That's why I like them. They're heavier, but I like that they're seemingly more solid. Their rods are worthless. I will never purchase another Penn rod in my life. I broke 2 last year on the first cast. But despite, the thought that this stuff was going to be a little bit more heavy duty, it just has not been. I'm going Shimano this year. I'm just switching it up.
I remember the first brand rod and reel I ever bought was when I was like 16. It was Abu Garcia, back when Abu Garcia was the thing. When Abu Garcia himself was still the thing. Right? And now Ike's with them now or whatever, but back then it was the cast pajamas. And I still have Abu now. I've got an Abu over in the corner. I've got it on a Berkeley cherry rod, but hey, Peter Orchard, how's it going, bud?
What's up, Peter? Oh yeah, I can't see the chat here where I'm at. Sorry.
All right. That's all right.
I can probably get it. Savannah, can you do me a favor?
I'll put it on the bottom here.
All right.
There's a question for you.
I didn't realize. I completely forgot about that. I'm sitting here thinking that we're just like we didn't have anybody, and now I realize, oh shoot, no, it's just because I can't see it.
We got a couple. So that's the first one I bought, and I still got a couple. And I did bust the gears out of one last year, but I noticed Abu's got a lot of plastic in it now. The housing, I think the housing's plastic. The gearing's plastic.
I see this Penn stuff, man. I'm looking at it now, and it's solid components. It's just, I don't know. I don't know how to describe it, man. Like let me show you what happened. This was done by a 4-foot redfish, like a big fish, but not that big. It broke it. Like it totally broke that thing in half. That's a Penn reel, man. That thing is supposed to be stout. And it broke the gear in half.
First rod I ever bought was a Barbie 2000. You know, all the time I've done YouTube, I still haven't done that challenge.
Yeah, I've had a couple like that I've been wanting to do, and it's always so far on the back burner.
Should have took advantage of it back when it was a trend.
Back when it was a thing, yeah.
Right now,
I don't know. It might come back, or it might be hokey. Like I saw some of those dudes, and it was kind of hokey when they were doing that stuff.
Yeah, I got an idea for one. I want to make it really challenging. Like you see these guys that go bass fishing with it. I know a lot of little kids that catch bass on the shore. There is a catapult.
You can get it from, I've heard of this one.
You can get it from British carp dealers. They use it to, like, you can catapult bait out in the middle of the lake or whatever for carp when you're trolling for carp that they use it for. So I want to put weight and bait on this, and I want to catapult bait out, and I want to do a saltwater Barbie rod challenge
with the catapult. I like where you're going with this. How much line can you fit on that thing?
It's like a regular closed-faced reel, so you could probably get it out 20 yards.
Oh, 20 yards. Come on, man. I'm thinking with a catapult thing, I'm thinking we're aiming for 300 yards or something.
I don't know. Let me look it up, man.
Yeah, I'm curious. And I'm looking up the stream now so I can see the chat. There it is. Hey, Peter, sorry, man. It took me a second. I thought you were going to be doing soccer practice. I wasn't expecting you to be here. Peter's first rod was, yeah, I remember that. He also, when we went up to Lake Waco where he's at, and we did a video up that way. And that's all he had is his daughter's little Barbie rod.
150 yards.
150 yards.
That's a football field and a half.
Yeah, and you're probably, you're not shooting straight on that. You're going to be shooting at an angle, so you probably need 250 yards of line on that thing. You know what I mean?
Well, if you're catapulting, though, like, I mean, let's be totally honest. You're going to want to be inshore or something, like just a regular for me up here, bluefish or croaker or whatever. That's going to give that little rod a challenge. You look into a shark, you're not going. It's just going to pull it out of your hand.
I tell you what, man. There are ways you can do that, and it's the hokey YouTuber thing, and I really kind of want to try to avoid that. But I do have a desire to do some of those things, like hooking up with a shark on a Barbie rod. Now it would have to be a 3 to 5, a 3-footer, a 4-footer, something like that. A challenge, but not, gonna just destroy you. But I would like to try that.
I mean, it might be possible. You probably get a nurse shark in.
You could do it. You can do it. It's just going to, I mean, you're going to be deadlining that thing. You can't work him at all with that rod. You're going to have to be dead sticking him the whole time. And you're just going to have, as much, I don't know, like on a 3-foot shark, you're going to have as much 60, 80 pounds as you can put on that thing.
Yeah, well, the only way you could really do it then is to change the reel.
That'd be kind of funny to put a new bail on it. Put a really massive, like 5,000 series bail.
Put a regular reel on it, a little. Because it's the Barbie rod challenge. It doesn't say anything by the reel. Or you can even do the Zetco Dock Demon. Take the reel off the Dock Demon. Use that little Dock Demon with a regular reel. Because the Dock Demon is just it's just an open face reel seated in.
He says you can't do a Barbie rod. You got to do a Ninja Turtle rod to catch a shark.
Well, they call them Barbie rods, but I've seen Spider-Man and I don't think I've seen Ninja Turtles.
It's not my style of comedy, but I would say that would be comical to have to literally dress up as Spider-Man as you go out using a Spider-Man rod.
Mm-hmm. The Avengers Rod Challenge.
Those challenges are so like they were so done a couple years ago.
Mm-hmm.
I think it at least is going to be another year or two before that kind of trend comes back. And I just never really wanted to do that style. Like it's funny, it's good, but it's also been done. I had one challenge, and I'm going to do this. I'm going to do a $0 fishing challenge. And that's not so much about, you know, how everybody was doing like the Walmart and the $5 and the $10 and all of that. I wanted like this is kind of my take on it, but I'm not gonna take the approach of that. I'm gonna do it more of like documentary style. I think of, can we do something? You know, can we catch fish without any tackle at all? Just walking out there and seeing what we can do. I've been saying that for 2 years. I haven't done that video yet.
I want to do the walk into Cabela's and not spend any money challenge. I ain't done that one yet successfully.
I'm such a cheap bastard. I can walk into Academy, turn my nose up to every single thing I fall in love with, and then just real easy run over to a pawn shop and pick up everything I don't want. I'm dumb like that. I don't get called out enough for it. It's BS. I'm cheap.
I wish we had Academy. We don't have Academy up here.
Yeah, but you got Bass Pro Shops, so we don't got that.
Yeah. Well, and Cabela's. Bass Pro Shop. You know what Bass Pro Shop?
We got Dick's, which is kind of like a poor man's Cabela's.
Yeah, we got Dick's. Dick's up here, they focus more on I mean, they have two of them do. They have a tackle department, but they focus more on outerwear and ball sports.
Yeah. Same here. They got the fishing stuff, and they got good. You know, they got good equipment. You can get good stuff there. But I'm not going to go there. Like I'm going to go to one of the bigger bait stands or something in town before I go over there to buy a rod and reel or anything.
I bought a couple of rod and reels from Dick's. That's what we got local. It's a hour drive to Cabela's.
I went to get one. I needed a freshwater outfit, so I got a couple of really small Penn Pursuit reels, and I needed some tiny little 4'6" ultralight rods so that I could do those for whiting and stuff like that. But I could also use them for any pan fishing or whatever we're able to get into, because we want to do a little bit more of that. And man, those things were impossible to find. I went to Dick's because I thought, they might have a little bit stronger freshwater selection. Couldn't find them. Couldn't find those rods anywhere. And when I finally got them, I got them online. And my other brother Luke broke it on his. I think it was like the first time we ever used them. A Penn rod, of course. Mm-hmm. So then I replaced it and I put my stupid Penn reel on a Shimano rod, and we'll see how that works. I've been told to go Shimano.
I had Shimano in a while. Shimano got a little pricey.
Yeah, that was kind of like my sticking point with them because I'm cheap. But
I've got Abu and Berkeley. I've got quite a bit of Berkeley stuff. Freshwater Berkeley works.
Yeah, I use Berkeley. I used to use Berkeley line. I got a pile of it over here.
All my catfishing stuff, the big stuff, that's Shakespeare.
Shakespeare does ugly sticks, right?
Yeah, that's what I have.
That's what I'm going. I have that Shimano. I have a couple of Shimano rods, and from now on, I'm going uglies. I've never had a problem with ugly sticks. I should never have strayed away from them.
There's not great for bass fishing. There's no sensitivity in them, but catfishing, they're not line shy. It don't matter.
You know, that's an interesting point you got. We don't do that. I got those ultralights specifically for sensitivity. Other than that, I have never once in my life cared about sensitivity. It's all about horsepower. That's the only thing I've ever cared about in a rod, not braking.
Most saltwater fish. Now I have the ugly stick, the GX2.
Yep, got a couple of those.
That is tough son of a gun, boy. You can't break that thing. Well, besides the car door, I ain't found a rod yet that'll survive the car door.
My parents live in a log cabin, and they had a couple of rods go down, a couple of ugly sticks, I think it was, a couple of years ago. The log cabin, like the logs tend to rot from time to time, so you got to cut them out to replace them. My dad had all his rods sitting up against the wall, and he took a chainsaw, went and cut out one of those logs on the cabin, and he chopped all them rods in half.
I've been pretty upset.
Mm-hmm.
Quiet night. Says we got 3 watching. I don't know if that's just me, you, and Peter.
Probably. And I tell you, we got a new with TubeBuddy. We got a new promotion thing for live streams. And this live stream is the second live stream ever promoted with it.
Okay, cool.
So cool, but at the same time, it looks like people might not be aware of it. So,
it's like any other tool. It takes some time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Kind of cool. It's also kind of a little disheartening. There's a few fishing YouTubers in there, which is good, but at the same time, I don't like the competition.
All right, now live streaming, especially for most of the country. No, even you now. Live streams are a way to keep some watch time during this weather. For most of the country, I'm like, but even you, the past couple of weeks, how was your 2 weeks of winter for the first time in your life?
Oh, man. Dude, it was miserable. I just had the water turned on a couple days ago. I went 2 weeks without water. It blew out all my pipes.
At least we're a little more prepared for it up here.
There's nothing we could do about it. Our whole city went down. It shut off the water in the city. They couldn't handle it. They actually shut off the water about halfway through the freeze. So everybody's pipes froze. And now as a result, to this day, I cannot walk into a store and get pipe fittings to fix the pipes. My dad happened to be in Mississippi. I had to have him bring back some stuff for me from Mississippi.
That's ridiculous.
I told him to bring back $100 worth of that stuff. I was going to sit in the parking lot up there and sell it. $3 a fitting.
For $1.
He shot me down on that, but
should have asked me. I'd have mailed it to you.
Yeah, I thought we'd get them here faster than that. I didn't think we'd have time. You know.
But yeah, I saw something. I was like, this is ridiculous. But that's every winter here. That's what we go through every year. And I was like, see, I'll teach you for laughing at me. Ha, ha, ha.
Well, on the other side of that coin, ha, 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 now it's going to be another 300 years before it happens here again.
Yeah, that's true. It's supposed to be up. It was up in the 50s here yesterday. It's supposed to be up in the 50s next week, too.
Oh, shit. We're in the 80s. I got the AC running right now.
No, we ain't up there yet. Past couple of years, it's like we had 2 seasons. They went hot, cold, cold, hot.
Welcome to Texas. That's us.
Yeah. That's been us up here, too. So, I like the other 2 seasons. I like spring and fall. Prefer to get that. That's my kind of weather. I don't like it hot either. You know what I mean? I like 65 to 72 in that range.
I prefer that myself. I agree with you on that. I just I'm accustomed to it, to not getting that. Pretty common for us to go. I don't know. Like anytime we're in the 70s is just like that's heaven. That's heaven down here. And when it's dry, when you get like the no wind, because this is the windiest place in America. Like literally, Corpus Christi is the windiest city in America. And man, you have a 70-degree day with no wind. That is gorgeous down here.
Oh, I did see now. What's that port that you're near? Port what?
Port Aransas?
No, the other one.
Port Mansfield?
No, you done a couple of videos from there. You got to lock in there.
For where?
In your freshwater down there. What is it, like Port Sandy or Port Santee?
You're talking about freshwater?
Yeah, no. It was a freshwater like reservoir, but like brackish water, I think. But I've seen a couple of your videos from this. Is it the town Port Santee? Port
Aransas?
Maybe
that's the main one I go to. There's Aransas Pass also, which are like right next to each other. Padre Island.
That's it.
Okay, yeah, that's the island that all those places are on.
There's a freshwater in the middle of it, right? Padre Island.
No freshwater there.
Maybe it was
on the mainland outside of that.
Okay, I did see in Texas, and no, it was saltwater too. There was like trout and stuff washed up there.
Oh yeah, everything.
That fish kill, right?
Yep.
But I did notice, like all the freshwater reservoirs in Texas, all the tilapia, which they're invasive down there, right? Like they tell you the tilapia, they tell you.
I think they stock them. I think they stock them, if I'm not mistaken. I could be wrong on that. I know they stock other things, but tilapia is you don't find those down here. Like not in our vicinity, up north, up where Peter's at, like in the Waco area, they got them up there. Not down here. It's too hot.
Not now. You won't find them now. They can't handle that. They all
really.
Died. Yeah, they all died. Because tilapia, they're not native to here. They're from below the equator.
Really? I didn't know that.
Yeah, they're not native here. Of course, there's not much that's true native here either. Smallmouth bass aren't even from here.
Really?
Yeah, they've been here long enough now. They're naturalized. They're not native. They were basically carp before carp, like common carp. They're naturalized. They're not native. They were brought here.
Wow.
Buffalo is native. Buffaloes are from here. And a lot of people confuse a buffalo for a common carp, and they shoot them with an arrow. But a buffalo is actually a suckerfish. It's not a carp. It's in the suckerfish family.
I have run into those guys before. There we go. Sorry, I was lining up the whatever. I don't even know what the names of these pieces are. Just between you and me and whoever's like happen to be watching this or whatever. So I got two of these reels that I got to fix. I fixed one to kind of learn it, and then I made a video fixing the second one. And I didn't have any reel grease on me, so it wasn't like that big of a deal. I was kind of doing it for the video. But I fixed the whole thing, and I'm like, okay, good to go. Now, thanks for watching. I go to turn it, and it seized as I'm sitting there filming. So, obviously I hit cut on it, and I took the other one that I'd fixed. I'm like, there we go. Look, it's working good. To finish off the video and stuff, but now I'm going back and I'm repairing the other one. I had to fake it for the camera.
The magic of editing.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh, I'm going to tell you, you know what I figured out the past couple of weeks?
What's that?
For like the past 2-3 weeks now, I have been murdering shorts. I finally got in on that short thing.
You got it, huh?
I got in on it. I'm still a little skeptical. I was skeptical then, but I have been murdering them. I have put up, I think 4 a month. I've put up 4 now, 4, maybe more. 1, 2, 4, 5. This might be 5 now that launched Thursday. Of those 5, I have 4 of them on the shelf.
How are you doing with them? How like kind of views are you seeing?
The first one I put up, and here's the conclusion I come to because of this video. Me and the family were out the other day, right? And we just went to the pet store. And there was this fish swimming around this tank that was a hand. Everywhere I'd move my camera, he...
Yeah, I remember that video. I saw you doing that one.
Didn't saw it. Now, that video, to me, is everything you're not supposed to do.
Yep. That's
vertical,
what shorts are.
It ain't got no thumbnail. It ain't got no tags. It had...
You should do that.
Even the tag, I do now, but although a lot of the shorts people, if you're doing it for the short shelf, the video, they're saying the video is not worth the effort for the thumbnail, but then you get the views from regular YouTube. So
yeah, you get it set up like you're aiming for the shelf, but you're also preparing for the regular traffic.
Now, I think my opinion on this is a lot of it. The watch time I'm garnering from this are people that are seeing the hashtag short, right? And before it hits the shelf, because you don't get much from, you don't get anything from the shelf really. All you get is the view. So before it hits the shelf, I've got regular YouTube viewers coming in to see its shorts, because they're interested in doing shorts or they're interested in what shorts are, something like that. So that's my theory on that. That video proved to me everybody's full of crap. Nobody knows for real what any of these things are going to do. Nobody knows for real what doing this, and this to a video will do or won't do.
Well, the thing is,
just a suggestion.
What everybody gets wrong, what people don't understand is like they tell you like you got to have these amazing thumbnails. You got to do thumbnails. You got to get that click. But what people don't say is that it doesn't have to be like, you don't have to be a graphic artist. Fishing is the perfect example of that. Fishing thumbnails, people like to see, at least from the guys that I've spoken to, they want to see a really nice, really clean, pretty picture of a big, badass fish, They don't want all that text. They don't want a bunch of flair. That's not the kind of people that are looking that stuff up unless they're like a Monster Mike fan or something, which is a different ballgame. But like I run A/B tests. I ran an A/B test on a thumbnail a while back where I didn't have I was testing A/B testing, and I didn't have another thumbnail, so I let YouTube pick just a random screenshot from the video, and that beat my thumbnail. And it's not because of anything special. It's just like what people were looking for with that video was they wanted a little bit more genuine experience. They didn't want a graphic artist looking thumbnail. That's not the thing that they were searching for. They just wanted to watch somebody's, going to the beach and doing a little fishing video. So that just random screen grab appealed to them more so than the big badass thumbnail. You kind of got to like look at it from the different level of it. It's not all about being the biggest and the badass. Sometimes you got to, the most important thing, know your audience, know what they want. What are they looking for? Which, I don't know. Very few people do, but that's what you're looking for.
To answer your question, that little aquarium thing that I've gotten 2,500 right now.
Nice. That's not bad.
2,500 free views over going to the pet store.
Keep doing that. I saw a channel with like 150 subscribers do 100. They did 100,000 views, and then they did like 80,000 on the second one. Now, afterwards, they took it from, I want to say they were at 100 subscribers. It took them to 1,000. So, it got a monetized. Well, it didn't get a monetized because they didn't have watch time. But they got their subscribers in a month from that.
Well, you know what it does do, though, that I noticed the advantage of shorts is, the advantage of short is views. You get a lot of views.
Yeah, you get exposure.
But views are clicks. So the more clicks you have, exposure, the higher up in the algorithm you are. So,
yeah, that is correct.
When that video went over like a couple of thousand, I would notice at the end, you know, when you get like the 9 videos or whatever, I would notice at the end of that video, like 4 more of my videos would be recommended. So now I'm in the whoever watched that, they had 4 more videos of mine recommended to me because it pulled me up in the algorithm. And that is to me, I mean, I don't know as much as you do, but to me, that seems to be where you want to be, is you want to be in the recommended. Hey, you like this? You'll probably like this. Check it out.
You can do it. You're right about that. It's you want to get recommended, and there's different ways of getting recommended. But just like you want to be in their discovery systems is what it is. And you can do that through suggested or browse, home, search. You know, there's different ways of doing it. And there's 2 different ways you can kind of aim. You can aim for search, or you can aim for suggested. You can do both, but those are your 2 different directions that you're going to go. You know, like I aim for search and hope for suggested. Some people do it the other way. They want virality. They want to blow up, and that's how you blow up, is through suggested. You do that with the insane clickbait titles and the big time fishing challenges and all of that. But that's like, if you don't make it, if that video is not a hit, then you've lost everything on that video. You know, like you didn't get anything out of it. If you go for the suggested route. So I try to aim. I tried to aim for a little bit of suggested. I failed miserably this year. I'm not going to do that again. I'm aiming for search and hoping for suggested.
Yeah, well, no, I've noticed it, and then not just from shorts, because you look in your analytics. So I'm getting more views on my other stuff too, because people are coming in noticing me through the shorts, and I'm getting a lot of, not a lot to me, more. I say more, it's a better word. I'm getting more foreign views. Like I had a guy from Israel comment the other day. I had a guy from Indonesia comment. I don't know what he said, but he commented. I had a guy, you know. So I got to run that through a translator so I can answer him back, actually.
Yeah, seeing the international traffic. But, yeah, you know, one thing before we get off on it too much here, on the short stuff, just be aware that you're on borrowed time with that. I believe.
Yeah, of course, absolutely.
They just today I saw where they rolled out, and I don't know who all got it, if it was just me or if this was a massive rollout with the latest update or whatever. But you'll notice scrolling through videos now, shorts videos, instead of a timestamp on the thumbnail, it's got a little picture of an S logo, like an S YouTube logo. Mm-hmm. That means that they are fixing to roll out shorts to the general public. As soon as the shorts camera ends up in the YouTube app, game over. It is going to be the most crowded. Like, it's going to take away from a lot of the regular creators, which is good, you know, for us. If we're regular creators, less competition. But those shorts things are going to get so crowded and so inundated, like TikTok style. This whole boom of just anybody putting a short out there and getting, you know, 100,000 views is going to be gone. It's going to be just as crowded as videos are now.
Views on it. But what I did notice is it's a good way to drag views through my channel to bump me up and in the algorithm for me. Mm-hmm. What I did notice is, like, you know, I'm pretty small. I grind for the views I got. I don't get the views that you do, and I'll be honest about that. But in the past 28 days, I've gotten 8,000 views.
Yeah.
That's a good 28
What do you normally do?
And a 28-day period?
2,000 in 28 days?
Yeah. So I've quadrupled my monthly views. It's 20.
Yeah, it's boosting you. I had a good one in December, and the thing has been it's been a bit of a thorn in my side. I had 10,000 on one, and now I can't look at my lifetime statistics. I can't look at like any of my view statistics for last year or for the last 90 days or for anything, because that spike of 10,000 just completely flattens all of the information for the rest of the year.
And I have gained 20 subscribers. I mean, that's not a lot. I know people gained 1,000.
That's the value of it right there.
Yeah, but the only issue with that is like I appreciate the gain in subscribers. I really would rather be closer to 2 than 1 because you never know when YouTube's going to move the goalpost again.
Yeah.
Other than that, on that metric, and it's not that I don't appreciate my subscribers, but I don't really care anything about subscribers because 1,000 is the only number that matters.
Well, I will say it makes it a little bit easier. That initial traffic does boost your video to get it out there more.
Yeah, good. I think the good thing about the subscriber count is the more subscribers you have, the more recommended, the more people your video is going to be recommended to.
Yeah, that's it right there. You're talking about how like the shorts are getting you those views and boosting your channel a little bit. I mean, that's what the subscribers are going to do. And it warrants mentioning. I know it's like the different whatever approach, point of view, and everything. Subscribers are potential super fans, and super fans are the ones that buy shirts and super chat and do all of that fun stuff. Shoot.
I did have to. I got a buddy in Yorkshire. He's a YouTube buddy. He does exploring videos. That's his niche. Like these abandoned places, he goes and explores. Urban Lad Yorkshire is his YouTube name. And he started putting up some shorts. But what he's doing is he's recycling TikTok videos. I told him today, I'm like, man, you got to be real careful doing recycled TikTok videos on YouTube because you can get in trouble on YouTube for it. And
well,
so I told him,
do them native. If you just do them native, you're fine.
Yeah, well, see, the thing is he's using the same TikTok video with the TikTok sound. TikTok buys the license to all their music. That's why TikTok's so successful right now. No, yeah, but if you look at the Billboard, the charts right now. Half of the songs on the Billboard charts right now are because they went viral on TikTok dances. And TikTok buys the license of the copyright agreement to use those sounds on TikTok. YouTube and Google does not. YouTube does not pay for the rights to use music. You got to find copyright-free music.
Yet.
Yeah. I mean, they should, honestly.
They're working on it. I know there's some companies out there. I've heard conversations about them. Obviously, YouTube is trying to move in on the TikTok space. And who knows how that conversation is going to end up going. But I know that the music copyright stuff is a huge thorn in YouTube's side. And I know they are trying to do something about that. I don't know if they'll be successful, but I know they're trying.
Well, also, just because it seems to be their model, I thought about this earlier. The shorts format, what's needed now, at least, just what's needed. It's got to be under 60 seconds. It's got to be vertical to get on the short shelf, right?
Mm-hmm.
What's sought after, what's pushed right now by YouTube and Google straight up to the short shelf is under 15-second videos.
Now, yes, YouTube straight up recommends 15-second videos. I disagree, but I don't have any numbers to back that up.
I don't either, but I don't know. It's probably just a conspiracy theory, but here is my theory on that. Why Google and YouTube are trying to promote 15-second videos. Because to meet the shorts format, if you have a 57-second video, it's just going to be that video. To be under the 60-second requirement to be on the short shelf, right? To get in front of that many eyeballs. And you don't get anything you don't get anything from the short shelf. You don't get any ad revenue. You don't get watch time. You don't get anything if it from the. You do if people watch it regular YouTube, but not if they watch it from the short shelf. A 15-second video is short enough that Google can put a 30-second ad in front of that 15-second video on the short shelf and pocket all the ad revenue and not give the creator a dime.
Well, the problem with that is that there are no ads on the short shelf.
Yet.
I don't think they're going to do that. And I've heard people talking about that. I could absolutely be wrong on that. But now they're following TikTok's model on this. Now, I don't know if TikTok is planning on adding ads. They might be. And if they add ads, YouTube's going to add ads.
TikTok has ads, actually. Not before videos. TikTok
they do have ads, don't they? Yeah, you're right about that.
Every time you sign in, you have to watch an ad before you scroll.
Yeah, you're right.
Now YouTube doesn't have the software database for that because TikTok is strictly a scrolling platform while YouTube is a clicking platform.
Yeah.
So YouTube has to get the click and run the ad. So YouTube's platform, even with the shorts, will be to click on that video and run the ad within that video.
I still think YouTube's big metric is watch time. I think they're going to stick with that, even with shorts. If you have somebody, I mean, how can you make that argument against if you have somebody with a 15-second video and you have somebody with a 1-minute video, and somebody with a 1-minute video is getting 75% retention, and the 15-second video is getting 100% retention? Why would you want to go for the 15-second video? What's the value in that?
I don't know, but actually 15-second videos do seem to render better. I put one up Thursday.
Oh, YouTube doesn't give a shit about that.
Also, you gotta wait. No.
Do what?
But you gotta wait. Like it's gotten like 15 views. I'll look at it and be like 15 views, 20 views, 30 views. What the heck? And then I'll go to lunch one day and I come back 1,500. What the fuck? You know?
Yep.
It's like in an hour, it'll go from 15 to 1,000, you know?
Oh, man, the feeling of that one I had to hit 10,000. That feeling,
like
man.
Like I said, it's just a conspiracy theory. Well, that's another thing, too. Like, you know, I'm not as big as you. I don't have the subscribers you have. My videos don't get recommended as you. I'm not as consistent as you, and that was my biggest downfall. I have been consistent past 3 weeks. Every Tuesday I've uploaded the video. Every Thursday I've went live, and twice a week I've did a short.
It takes 90 days to reboot your channel.
I mean, I'm grinding.
Just FYI.
90 days to renew your channel?
90 days to reboot. That's kind of like the it's not a reset point, but it's like that's one of those time frames that YouTube looks at for a bunch of different things. But you'll see it like, you know, if you go into your analytics, it shows you can do things by 90 days. YouTube's looking at that.
Okay, I got you.
Well, yeah, like if you take a month off, if you take 2 months off and you don't post anymore, you take off all of winter, then you start posting consistently again after winter. It's going to take you 90 days to get back up to whatever speed your channel is at that point.
That thing behind you is what reminded me of this. You know those, and you work at the TubeBuddy, you know those little milestone banners that they give out? You reach this for your next milestone or whatever. I was hitting like one of those every month or two. You know, the milestone. The past 28 days, I have reached the milestone 8 times all the way across the board. So, I mean, I know it sounds silly and it doesn't sound like much, but just watching that milestone click.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah.
Like that feeling you got with that first 10,000 viewed video, like I might reach 10,000 views this month, and that's big for me, you know. So, but if I can keep this pace up, hopefully the weather breaks and I can really keep this pace up because I can start banking
It is coming back. Now, I know that you guys have a different, you're in a different ballgame than what we are. I know that I'm heavily seasonal here. I am just now starting to see my numbers come back up from, like, they started to drop off in June of last year. May and June, normally it's August is our peak time of year. Last year it was May and June, and it just went like, down and down and down until January, and now I'm starting to come back up again for the first time since June. So it's going to be the same this year, I assume. I'm either going to be, it steadily increases until either June or August, whatever the time is going to be. I don't know, and then it's going to drop off again in the fall. So now's the time when I know down here we're trying to push things hard.
Another thing with the shorts is I'm having some success with for me is I am downloading the MP3 off of old videos, editing it under 60 seconds in the clips, and then putting it up as a short. And then I put the card to that video in. Now, cards don't show up on the short shelf, but like I said, the views I'm getting.
Yeah.
Because I've got a completely different audience now than I did when I made that video 4 years ago or whatever. You know what I mean?
Yep.
So
I'm doing that. I'm recycling old videos.
Yeah, I recycle the old video, and then I put the link in the description to that old video if you want to go back and watch it. Or Adam Mahara Fishing. Hey, fellas. Hey, Adam Mahara Fishing. Welcome to the live.
What's up, man? How are you doing? Hadn't seen you in a minute, dude. How's winter been treating you?
Matter of fact, let me check that short.
Been a little bit out of the loop, Adam. I apologize for that. It's been well, I live in Texas. Can we just say that? I think that's excuse enough for me.
You get a pass past 2 weeks. The first
You'll
time
notice.
ever.
It has been a while. It hadn't been that long. I was around in December. It's been a strange time for me since December. Things got weird, and they just keep getting weirder. Dude, man, Adam, I'm sorry to hear that. That sucks, man. I'm sorry.
Nah, I'm checking it now. 20. See, I've gotten 20 regular views since I've launched this. That means it hasn't hit the short shelf yet. You just
how long ago did you do
it? Yesterday.
Oh yeah, you got to give it like 48 hours, don't you? I normally see those things go up to 48 hours.
I put one up last week, a week ago. It took like 3.5 days before I started getting the views. Now I don't know if it took 3.5 days before I started getting the views, or if it took 3.5 days before the YouTube Studio updated and gave me credit for the views.
Yeah, I've seen them. I've had a couple that I've had 3 or 4 that they hit the shelf and then they died, and then like a month later they hit the shelf again.
That'd be good because I haven't done enough thing yet.
Well, all my ones that did any kind of like traction at all of those that have had returns to the shelf at one point or another.
Like I don't have, obviously we don't have access to the shelf itself yet. Like, India.
Thank God. I hope it stays that way. The longer, the better.
What's the other one? Indonesia. Yeah, India.
Yeah.
Indonesia. So the closest thing you can do here is look up the hashtag. Like click on the hashtag shorts. That gets you to the shorts, right? In the title. So when I look on the hashtag.
Yeah, it ought to. It should. I mean, that's what YouTube's using it for, so they can track those things. So
when I click on the hashtag and I'm looking I'm scrolling through the hashtag and it's all shorts. Now I don't know if this is the algorithm or not, but I noticed like that fish tank video. That day I was above every other fishing YouTuber that had put a short up. I was like, yeah. I was beating Chad Hoover. I was beating
Do you have the short shelf?
No, I don't have the short camera. Do you?
No, but I mean, there's the camera, but there's also the shelf. They're kind of two different things.
All I see is in the analytics, it just says shorts, and that's how I know it's got on the where the views are coming from. That's the only way I know knowing if it got on the short shelf.
Adam says, "Oh, good. You got a job. Nice to hear that, man. What are you doing?" And it says he hasn't uploaded a video in 37 days. It isn't from lack of want, but lack of time, and also winter. I mean, we're all in that same boat. Crazy part-time security job. Yeah. Oh, shit. Man, I've been through it, Adam. I totally hear you on that one. That was my entire year last year. I wish you the best of luck on that, man. Watching a lot of what?
Live catfishing. I never could watch the live fishing too much. If I'm watching catfishing live, that guy must be having a stellar day.
I've seen some guys really do it right. I think it's something that's still underutilized, fishing live. People want to see that. I used to enjoy watching Thresher go live. You're sitting at work, you're just hating life, and you get to sit there and watch that guy catch some fish. I'm all about that. Oh, Adam's been watching a lot of live catfishing too? Or was that what you were referring to?
I was reading his comment.
I've been wanting to do that.
I like the edited videos in my fishing, I guess.
I prefer the edited stuff, but some guys, they're just not as good at the edited stuff, and sometimes it's just their personality, or just again the escape from the norm that I enjoy. They don't have to be talented for that. They just have to be fun to hang out with and catching fish.
I've got crate full of kayak stuff sitting over here right now that I've got to put on, so I can make maybe a couple of videos doing that. I gotta rig it up, join some tournaments this year. Hopefully, we got that coming. The thing that kills me here is we got some funny laws. Remember, I made that video.
Yeah,
so we did. We got some funny laws, so we'll come out of like right now. Fishing is pretty much shut down here right now because any ponds or lakes are still froze over, but we've had a couple of warm days, so they're not, they're not that froze over. Like, I ain't walking out there. And honestly, here, really, up until past couple of weeks, it hadn't been really cold enough. We haven't had that cold of winter. Because I did ice fishing. That ice fishing video I launched last Tuesday. Ice fishing, creek fishing. That was my first and probably my last ice fishing trip this year. And that's the first ice fishing trip in like 2 years. Jersey is wide open, come down 476. I am in eastern Pennsylvania, 20 minutes from the New Jersey line.
Both of you boys need to give up all that nonsense. Come down here to Texas. I mean, not that we have any live fish anymore, but got warm weather.
I planned on doing some of that last year, but 2020 was the gift that kept on giving.
You and Cole, both of you guys bailed on me.
Well, I wasn't allowed. And
I know.
Yeah.
I bring that up like, and anytime anybody has to get into a comparative conversation, anytime anyone is compared in that conversation the way that I just did to you, your automatic instinct is like, who the do you think you are?
Bailed on you. I didn't bail. The government told me I couldn't.
That dude hit me up a couple of weeks ago saying, "Hey, can you check out this thumbnail for me?" Just randomly out of the blue. Motherfucker, no, I'm not gonna check out your thumbnail for you. Get out of here. Hasn't talked to me in 2 years, and he wants me to check a thumbnail.
I was gonna say, well, I sent you one last week. You even helped me build one, but
we talked to each other.
daily almost.
Dude, I mean, that's kind of what I do, you know. That's my living now, is doing that kind of stuff. I'm happy to do it, but man, don't sit there and like, you know, be a complete a-hole and not a part of any kind of community and not do anything for anybody else for 2 years and then come up and like start asking for help on something that you're going to totally ignore anyway. It's not like anything I'd have said he was going to listen to.
Like I said, there was only one positive that came out of all that, and that was you and Darren.
This group.
And Grant.
Yeah.
This is nobody. Other than that, it took me probably about 90 days to get that washed off my channel. It hurt for a couple of days.
Yeah,
months.
Same here. I was feeling
it. And not yeah, but
Hey, Adam, don't even sweat the what you're saying. Yeah, taking time off, people do it. Don't sweat that. If you need any assistance kickstarting the channel again, I'm happy to lend advice or an ear or whatever you need on that. Because people do it. It can be done. Don't sweat it. You're not missing anything. Yeah, no. Don't. He's saying don't. I'm not talking about that. I'm not talking about. I have no problems with that at all. I don't want to be the guy who's going out there and just like going around telling people what to do. If somebody has a question, I'm more than happy to answer it. And I'm going to tell you straight up, you know, I might not know the answer, but I'll give you my opinion from what I've seen. But that's different. What you're talking about is like, that doesn't bother me. What bothers me is a dude who is so self-centered that he wants everything to be about him and he's not going to listen to anybody else. But then when he doesn't get any attention, he's asking for help simply because he wants attention. That's what that whole thing was. It's not like he was going to listen to anything.
He used to message me for help on Twitter. He wanted to grow his Twitter. I'm bigger on Twitter than both of you. But So he messaged me for help on Twitter. For some reason, Twitter liked me for a while. But he's like, how do I grow on Twitter? Tweet. Yeah, I don't.
He didn't ask you how to get somebody to buy him a kayak on Twitter?
Nope. He did ask me that one time, but it wasn't on Twitter. I'm like, I don't. How do you get somebody? I
wish I could get my family to donate $3,000 so that I could put stickers of their names on my kayak. My family doesn't like me that much. So my wife said in the background. What's up, Brandon? How are you doing, man?
It's blue collar fishing, Adam. It's the same as here. It's blue collar fishing.
Do you have the link on your banner on your YouTube page?
I do.
Oh, finally, dude. We busted these June of last summer. It took me this long to get the parts to fix these things. Just another middle finger from Penn. Just throwing that out there.
Now, I did get a kayak last year, but I didn't get people to donate to buy me one. Now,
should have. That's how you do it.
Now, I will admit, I did send a few messages to the company I bought my kayak from.
You have to do that. You have to do that.
But, you know, hey, there's going to be some details of the center.
We had a conversation with the airline after this whole Cozumel thing because the last flight was a heinous travesty. It was probably, I don't know, like a 36-hour nightmare that it never should have been. That it was an issue that we addressed well before, you know, we ever went anywhere. They ignored us, and it ended up being a nightmare. And we ended up calling them up and harassing them and being jerks about it. I did. Rachel's sweet, but I harassed them about that. And you have to do that. And I don't know that anything I had to say made a difference. It maybe was just the fact that I made a phone call. But you still do it. And we got vouchers. We're going to end up like getting some flight stuff out of them now because of it. But it would never happen if we don't say something. And it's the same thing. You're going to buy a kayak, you've got to talk to that kayak company. You got to at least let them know. Maybe you get a sticker out of it. Maybe you get a sponsorship. Who knows?
You know what's, I don't know, maybe it's just me, but you know what's of value to me? One of the things I was like messaging back and forth. Maybe you get it put on their website.
I never thought about that. I've done that, and I never thought about that. And you're absolutely right. There is a lot of value in that.
So when people are shopping around for that kayak and they go to your video on their website.
I've had that. Have you ever had a video stuffed on someone's website like that?
Yeah, but it was an app, and it doesn't exist anymore. Unfortunately.
Yeah, you'll get traffic from that. Yeah. I mean, every time they tweet, anything like that, like you are the harbinger of a lot of those, or you soak in some of that views and some of that attention those websites gain as a result of your work.
I'm trying to remember what the hat was. I think we both had it for a little bit. They did the tournaments. It was like Instagram.
Bass camo?
No. Bass camo is an apparel thing.
Yeah.
I was on Wolfpack's website when I was with them.
That get anything for you?
They're done. Here.
Yeah, but when you were with them, did that do anything?
You know what it did do? Not really, but yes and no. Like they were never really that big. You know what I mean? They had a website and a couple of guys, but I still talk to Greg Instagram. Been invited on a couple of fishing trips. Went to Pittsburgh, met him and all that. So it gave me, another you. But what it did do for me is tutoring. It kind of taught me how to navigate around that. You know what I mean? Like it taught me like, okay, what I don't want to do anymore, and this is. But it taught me how to meet a contract, how to meet, what my obligations were. How to do one video a month for somebody. So it taught me some of the more business aspects of that. So it also taught me how to navigate towards sponsorships and away from pro staff. Like, no, dude, I'm not your free advertiser.
That is a conversation I've been avoiding. I wanted to make a video about that, and Rachel and some other people told me not to do it because it's the wrong, not the image that I want to put out there. Because I have very bad things to say about pro staff. I've never done one. I've seen their scams. I hate them. I despise them, and I am just chomping at the bit to be able to tear into some of those guys, and Rachel and family and everybody else doesn't want me to do it because they don't want, I don't need to be that guy. Man, I hate them. I hate them.
Like this wasn't really like they were dipping their toes in the water. So they weren't trying to rip people off. Not that they were ripping me off. But
the pro staff concept is solid. It's fun. There's nothing wrong with the pro staff thing. It's the scam that it has become. Like people slap that on there just as a means of selling you their product. It's like just a means of them getting sales. I'll tell you what, right now, I will do pro staff. Anybody here wants to do a pro staff gig with me? Let's chat. Let's do pro staff. I will pay people to, or I will offer whatever weird, stupid thing I can offer to get somebody to give me good word of mouth on their YouTube channel, Twitter accounts and things like that. I'll do that. There's value in it. I'm not promising you $1,000 for it, but I am willing to have that conversation here, and have a legitimate conversation about a for real pro staff thing. There's nothing wrong with that. It's the idiots who take it and make it this ridiculous means of just selling extra product that I don't like.
Yeah.
I get animated about it.
Yeah, this was just shirts and stuff. But what it did do for me is, like Greg, I made friends with Greg. basically it gave me access to a merchandise printer. All I do is just message Greg, hey, print this, print this, print this.
That's a good friend to have, man.
Yeah, even when I was really small, I had T-shirts, coffee cups, you know.
Do you still got T-shirts?
Well, I don't. I've still got a couple left here, but
no, you actually print it up there. You're not even drop shipping. You're warehousing.
Nope. I didn't. That was another thing too. I didn't have to warehouse. I didn't have to store. I didn't have to ship. All I had to do was message Greg. He'd print it, and they would ship it from the printer, from the website.
Man, I want to talk to your friend Greg. I would dearly love to get involved in that. That is a super valuable thing.
Well, now there's nobody with him because the COVID shut down the printer. They didn't survive COVID. They weren't deemed essential.
Of course. But that's okay. And you know why? Because in Texas, we don't have to wear a mask anymore. So there's that.
Okay.
Yeah.
Look, I hate things too, but the numbers are going down dramatically.
And let's keep it that way.
Thank you. Just last the 100 days, man. Just last the 100 days. 100 days from now, maybe we'll all be past this and we can move on forever.
I tell you what, that's how I feel. And I'm going to go one better on this because I hate the masks just like everybody else. The only reason I'm wearing a damn mask is because fishing gators look cool. You know, that's the only mask I'm going to wear. I'm a prick like that. Sorry, I hate them, but I'll wear a gator. And I don't go out much. So I'm not offending that many people. However, I will say, if we are going to commit to a plan where we need to wear masks and stuff like that, then we need to commit to it. And we don't need to bail on that plan 3 days before spring break.
Mm-hmm.
Either do it or don't. Either we're not wearing masks and we are going to not do this pandemic and we're going to secede or whatever nonsense we are going to do it. Put up or shut up. If we're going to wear masks, also put up or shut up. Wear them through spring break. Let a few more people, let a certain percentage of the population get a vaccine and quit trying to be big dick in the room. Just shut up for a couple of weeks.
I think the news came out today with Johnson & Johnson supply that they made, Medora's new supply that they made, Pfizer's supply that they've made more of now, that they're having pretty great effectiveness ratings, better. They're all working better than even projected, they were saying. But now they're saying anybody that needs a vaccination should have it. Everybody should have it by May now.
We joined a gym here. My mother and I, we go to the gym every day now, trying to drop a little weight. I'm following the Kelly plan on that for pandemic. Our gym is down one of the main highways over here. And every single day, we have the hardest time getting into that place because there is a line all the way down the highway. I mean, probably 3 or 4 miles. We got to sit in line of all the people going to the hospital and getting vaccinated every day. I didn't even know there was that many people in Beeville. Well, it's not that many people. People are coming from other areas to the hospital here to get vaccinated because it's one of the hot spots for it. But they're doing it. It's happening.
Good. It's working great. You know, I mean, honestly, aren't we all ready to move on by now? We are almost there. You can feel it. We are almost there.
Yeah.
And you all want to have a super spreader event. Like what? You need one big
exactly.
You need one more big hoorah? What?
Exactly. It was just like, shut up. It sucks. I'm a spring break guy. You're gonna have to lose one more spring break. You know, you're gonna have to. You need to, and you know what it is that they're trying to, they're positioning themselves because of the heinousness of the power grid going down from the freeze and water issues and everything that you don't hear as much about in the news, but that's what they're doing. They're trying to cover up for all of that.
Well, you remember, actually, we turned into what we were last spring, right around spring break.
Yep.
Because I remember I put a post, I think, might have been Facebook. I don't use Facebook much anymore, but you know what's funny? I was actually getting ready. You know what? Facebook is just a bunch of old people griping about politics. Thing. The only reason I stay on is because it's the only one my mom has. So she can see the kids and all that. And I was like, you know what? But I think I'm done with this. And then my best friend growing up, his first social media he got last week, and it was Facebook. I'm like, really? I thought I was out, But anyway, I put a post on Facebook. I said, look, this generation of people, so spring breaks, you're a millennial or you're Gen Z now, right? That's spring break, college age, college age.
Mm-hmm.
Millennial, Gen Z. So you're either Gen Z or you're millennial who just can't grow up yet for spring break. That demographic generation, and I got nothing against you. I don't make fun of you all as much as others. But that demographic,
I do.
I do. I don't know if anybody in the chat's millennial. So that demographic, like I put a post up. When my grandfather was your age, he was asked to sail across an ocean to a country he'd never been to and fight Nazis. My uncles were asked to go to Vietnam. We were asked to march off to Afghanistan. You've been asked to do one thing for your country your entire life, and it was Netflix and chill. And you couldn't do it.
Like, we just didn't want to see your face for a year.
Not even a year. Last year, remember, it was like 2 weeks. They asked everybody to stay home for 2 weeks and just to stop the spread of this pandemic that was coming. They couldn't do it.
Yeah.
I'm like, Netflix and chill. That's all you've ever been asked to do.
And you'd think that would be right up their alley too. Like, I don't see these guys. I have vile things to say about millennials. I'm not a fan of those guys either. I blame them for the pandemic and everything going on in the news. But I say that, tongue in cheek. I'm joking about that. Like, I'm not going to hold a single person accountable for a whole bunch of people who are raised poorly. But, dude, it's like you said. Like, my grandfather's generation went through polio.
Mm-hmm.
We can't handle a very bad flu.
I had polio and Nazis.
Exactly, like they fought them together.
Yeah.
Like, have some pride, have some self-respect.
Yeah. And my great grandmother was still alive when I was a kid. We lived on her farm, so she went through World War I, the Great Depression, the Spanish flu, polio, World War II.
Vietnam, Korea,
Vietnam,
9/11. That's a long life. What are we going to be saying when we're in our Kelly? You and I are going to be live stream. It's probably going to be like the dumbest rotary phone live stream ever. But we're going to be doing this when we're like 70 years old, 80 years old, or whatever. What are we going to be talking about? Or, I mean, other than having we gone through Afghanistan, 9/11, the pandemic, the post-pandemic, whatever pandemic thing that's going to be. Can you imagine? That's when this live stream is going to go off, because all the kids are going to love it when two old grumpy men are sitting there just bitching about kids on their lawn and all the things how they had to walk uphill both ways, go to school every morning.
Do you remember when YouTube put those stupid COPA restrictions in?
Shorts. That's all I got to say. Shorts. The stupidest thing ever. YouTube still, it's going to be like, the value of $1 is going to be minimum wage is going to be $1,000 an hour. Just in there, YouTube still owes me $15. Video they never paid me for.
Oh, I'm so awful for this. And it's just another trend I probably should have jumped on. I'm always a day late and a dollar short.
Same here. I try to avoid the trends.
But I shouldn't. Honestly, I shouldn't. Why avoid trends? Trends are why trends are what you have to do to.
Because I don't want to be that guy. We had the freeze. We had the fish kill. And, like, I just refuse. I'm just not going to do a video on that. I'm not going to go out to the beach and record a bunch of dead fish on the beach. It's not the first time we've seen them. And I'm not going to glorify this whole thing like some of these other guys did for the sake of a few extra views. I'm going to be the guy that's known for, like, a little – in this case. I'm not saying that you shouldn't do it. But in this case, I'm like, I'm not going to be that guy. And I talked to my wife about it. And she's the one that, like, because I was on the fence about it. And she's like, no. You just don't need to be that guy. Like, everybody else is doing that. You don't need to be jumping on the bandwagon. You need to catch those trends before they happen. Don't be the guy that's the follower.
Well, I would love to be the guy who creates the trends, but, you know, alas, I'm not. But I will tell you, there is an unless. There's always an exception. There's a caveat to I don't want to be that guy. And there's a caveat, the unless. Unless somebody sends me a check, I'll be that guy.
I can't argue with that. You know? Yeah, that's a different conversation if someone's sending me a check.
I'll be that guy. I'll be that guy, you know. But
now, whoever is sending me a check has to understand I have a very weird, very dry sense of humor. I believe in reverse psychology. So, you know, I may, you know, be sitting here and talking shit about a product that I actually, you know, very much enjoy. I might just be shooting myself in the foot. I don't know.
But
I don't want these damn millennials on my lawn.
Yeah, but like TikTok, dude, I was totally against TikTok before COVID.
I remember, dude. I keep telling you about this. I was telling you to recycle content for that forever ago. Oh, kids are on my lawn. I'm like, dude, you need to do shorts videos. There's some stuff in it. Oh no, sticker burrs in my feet.
I've got TikTok now, but now I will say you don't want to recycle TikTok videos for
no, other way around. You recycle it the other way around. You go native. It's not as good, but so what? I mean, it's something.
Right.
You do it for all the platforms.
But by putting them on another platform, you could be like, I mean, TikTok views are still views. Might be views on TikTok.
Yeah, you pick up some stragglers in there. And if you don't have to do extra work for it, have at it.
My name's
the same thing.
Yeah, my name's the same. No, yeah, but my name's the same. So if people go searching for my name, all my stuff's gonna come up.
And I wouldn't be surprised if there was some kind of algorithm thing in there where, you know, you watch a TikTok video from Blue Collar Fishing and then you go hop on YouTube. You know, YouTube is tracking your data on what you're doing. I wouldn't be surprised if YouTube is like, hey, they watched the Blue Collar Fishing TikTok. Let's show them the Blue Collar Fishing YouTube. See what he does.
Although there is a guy, Ryan Bortz, Blue Collar Fishing. And I put a comment on his thing the other day. Like, well, I like your name. The last half. And he's like, yeah, I looked it up and there was no Blue Collar Fishing. I just put the Ryan Bortz so my Facebook people would know me. So I'm like,
How's he on subs?
250 something.
So he kind of doesn't exist yet.
Yeah, but if you look up Blue Collar Fishing, especially since my algorithm's been dragging now, if you look up Blue Collar Fishing, if I do it anonymously, he's the first two sometimes. Because he's dragging himself up behind my name. But I was also like, dude, of all the people whose name you could halfway rip off, it's mine. You want my SEO? Why weren't you Ryan Bortz Gugan? Why weren't you? You know? But
it's your name.
I was cool with it because he did technically change the name.
Oh, that's kind of cool of him to do that.
Well, no, he didn't change the name, but he had a different name because he had his Ryan Bortz Blue Collar Fishing. Now, when a name's taken, me and you both know when a name's taken, you got to change it up to be able to have that name. I know for a fact that name's taken because my YouTube URL is youtube.com/C/Blue Collar Fishing. It's not 123YZZZT whatever. It's Blue Collar Fishing. I have the URL on YouTube. And as soon as it came available, I said, yes, I want it because of my name. Now, he said that he looked it up and no blue collar fishing came up. Now, that hurt my feelings. So I went and became anonymous. And I Googled blue collar fishing. Google. Now, I figured, he looked it up. He probably used Google. Google's number one search engine. Google owns YouTube.
Let's take a look at that. Keep talking.
Yeah,
keep talking.
I Googled it. Guess what? I was 1, I was 2, I was 3, I was 5. If you Google blue collar fishing, you should see my ugly mug there pretty quick.
Oh, I was looking at something else, but I don't have the statistics in front of me because it's a live stream. If it was a video, I could see different things on this. I wanted to see how you actually rank for the term blue collar fishing via what TubeBuddy says, but I can't do it while it's recording.
I might be able to in a different one. Hold on. Let me get a share screen going.
Hey, speaking of which, FYI, I got about 5 minutes here, and then I got to get out to get some dinner going.
Live stream. People in the chat don't care about that. But that's what ticked me off. I'm like, dude, why you gotta lie to me about it? Just say, well, I looked it up and there was you, but I like the name, so I became Ryan Boyd. So, okay,
right.
But to say, oh, you didn't exist, get the fuck out of here.
I want to see something on that. Let's see. You had to have shown up. I mean, 1,000 subscribers puts you in like the top 10% of YouTube.
Mm-hmm. But not only that, I've got 5,000 followers on Twitter.
Yeah, exactly. So you got that not just on YouTube, you got it on different platforms.
Instagram, Twitter. I've got a separate Facebook blue collar fishing page. TikTok.
I love some of this stuff that shows up now that I got YouTube. Now that I got the full like access to buddy thing. Oh, he does. He shows up number 1.
Don't that? Oh, that makes me so mad.
He shows up number 1, and he looks just like Blue Gabe.
I'm like, seriously,
you're screwed, dude.
Why did you not say Blue Gabe? Why are you not deer meat for dinner? Why are you not Ryan Bort's deer meat for dinner? Hell, why are you not Ryan Bort's?
Dude, Kelly, do you put blue collar fishing in your tags?
Yeah, every one of them.
Do you really? Oh. Damn, dude, you got fucked on that.
My name. It belongs to me.
Nope, now it belongs to Brian Bortz. He's top on the list with that. You're down there. You're 4th.
Dude, how am I 4th as myself? You looked up me.
Let's see. He's got more velocity is why. You got to beat him, bud. He does have more velocity on that name than you do.
I'm trying to drown him.
All you need is one hit video, and you'll wipe him out.
I need the 90-day reboot.
Yeah. Post.
You noticed all my lives now are blue collar fishing with blue collar fishing.
That's smart. That's how you do it. The 90-day reboot. Fishing season's coming up. Views are going to start going up. Put out, and obviously there's some difficulty doing this sometimes, and it can be a lot more forgiving than it sounds. Put out a video a week, like a straight up fishing video, make it as good as you can, do your whole 9 yards, put in your research, do all that. But if you put out a video on a Monday, and then you have a video for the next Monday. On that first Monday, you put out a video. On Thursday, put out a shorts video that from something that happened the next Monday. Use it as a teaser so that your audience gets here's a little thing about what's happening next. Every 3 days, every 3 or 4 days, whatever it is, they get some kind of little reminder about Kelly, blue collar. The more they see those, the more it's going to rank you up in their little system, the more views you're going to get. And if you use that best clip, like something that's really going to stand out for that shorts video, and that is a portion of the next video, all this stuff ties together. It's all going to work together. You have the potential of blowing up from the shorts. You have the trailer effect for your audience. Like, there's a lot of different paths that are crossing here. And if you can do that for 90 days, I guarantee you're going to see a difference. Like, I guarantee you at the end of that 90 days, you're going to be like, yep, that worked.
Oh, hopefully once the thaw's in. Oh, well, I was saying before, I lost track, but Pennsylvania, like, we have that those weird laws, like fishing is kind of shut down right now because all the lakes and ponds are froze over. But like running water streams that I can fish in, they're locked out because they're approved trout water, and you cannot fish in approved trout waters all of March until the opening of the season in April 3rd. April 3rd, yeah, Saturday, first Saturday in April.
There's got to be still things that you can do. Like, you could do a video. You could do a 3 to 5 minute video. Just sit there talking about those laws.
Honestly, man, I'm doing unboxings. I'm doing MTB versus Monster Bass. That launches next week. Only thing, man, you know what I'm concerned about that video? It's so damn long. Because I did an in-depth versus unboxing. What it is, I took all the baits out of the box, Googled the price, what it cost you if you went and bought them, you know, told you what they were, and then told you the value of the entire box, and then did the same thing to the next box, and that's all in one video. And that's it's not like a 2-hour movie, nothing, but it ended up, even after the edit, it ended up being a 36-minute video. That is a long damn YouTube video.
That is. Yeah, I don't say on that. I've seen people doing that, and I don't have faith in that. That having been said, I think I am going to try to go a little bit longer this year on videos. Some of my longer videos have been some of my more successful ones, and I think that comes back down to watch time. Now, you got to keep them interested, because it can be a 36-minute video, but if they're only watching 6 minutes of it total, it ain't worth anything, you know? So I don't know. I think that I kind of feel like that's a bit much for a combination thing like that. Like, I would maybe suggest sticking to bigger points and shortening that thing down a bit.
Maybe, I don't know. But I tried it. No, yeah, it takes so goddamn long to upload than the 4K settings and the camera.
Television, since I don't even know when, but the runtime, this is what I go by on what I do. If I have the best video that I can physically do, the runtime for a regular episode of television is 19 to 23 minutes. I am not going to go over 23 minutes. I have an exception to that, but I am almost 100% assured to not go over 23 minutes, because statistically, that is what people, if that's not the perfect time for their watching behavior, it is now what they have been trained to watch. After 23 minutes, they are losing interest. It's less than that now because of YouTube. But if you're going to go long, I just have there's only one caveat to ever going over the 23-minute rule. You just don't do it. And you probably aim for the 19 to 23.
And YouTube's doing it now too, but now it's even really less, and it's a lot less because of TikTok's.
YouTube is shooting it down. On YouTube, the average view is on the entire platform. The average view is 6 minutes.
Yep.
And that is dropping. That's dropping. The average view in search, somebody who searches a video, that average view is 3 minutes.
I wish, wishing one hand, crapping the other, and tell me which one you feel up first. But I wish YouTube would go back to the just views format.
Oh, I disagree. I like the watch time. Because that's a metric that benefits the people who are good at what they do. Like views, the view one is just about a good thumbnail. That's how that whole clickbait thing started, is because they focused on views. You didn't have to have any kind of quality content. It was just a clickbaity title. But now, and there are some things that need to be changed. I'm not arguing that. But now the watch time focus, I think, should be maybe a little bit more watch time focused. But the watch time focus means that it's the actual quality content that's the ones that are getting boosted. And I mean, that's us. Like, we might not be the most talented guys. Neither one of us is Peter McKinnon, but we definitely are not Ryan Bortz.
See, that's actually the point I was about to bring up. The reason I wish they would go back to just the views format and monetization is because the AdSense, the ads, the view is all they care about, because they're only going to put one ad in it.
They don't care about that anymore.
They don't give a crap if you watch 3 minutes of that guy's video. They don't give a crap if you watch 30 minutes of that guy's video. What they care about is 30 seconds of that video. They care about 30 seconds that their ad appears at the beginning of that video. That's all they care about.
But they don't care about that anymore because they're monetizing. They're putting ads on every video. Even if you have no ads on your content, YouTube is throwing ads on there for you. If you're not monetized, if you have 200 subscribers, YouTube is throwing ads on your content now. They're going to make that money. So,
Brandon,
like, none of that really comes into play anymore.
8 to 10 minutes. Brandon on this says 8 to 10 minutes. I think is best. Anything longer has to be really entertaining. Yes, Brandon, I agree with you completely.
Totally agree.
I started off saying this video was way too long, and I know it's way too long. The only issue I have with that is it took so long to make the damn video. It took so long to research the video. And because I'm doing a versus video on those boxes, I talked about in depth. I talked about like 15 baits that were in 2 boxes.
That's a podcast, is what that is. You need to cut that up into like maybe different. Well, you see, you can use chapters. Now, chapters is a different feature that might be something that adds some value in that. You've seen YouTubers do hour-long videos. Well, now my thought on this is experiment with it, see what happens.
Another thing that killed me, and I thought about breaking it up into 2 parts, but what killed me is to be able to do the video. This is February's box, and that video is going to air in March because Mustard Bass took 22 days.
Yeah.
After Mystery Tackle Box sent me their boxes. What I'm going to do is I'm going to let it run Tuesday. It's already scheduled to Tuesday. I'm going to let it run and see what it does. If nothing
else, it's a good experiment.
But what I'm about, like the views and the format, this Ryan Bortz guy is beating me in velocity right now. Right?
Yeah, he's got the velocity going.
And you said it rewards good creators. Now, I'm not tooting my own horn. I know I've got a lot of work to do. I know there are things. I check my analytics to say, okay, well, I can do this better and that better. I actually watched some of Ryan Bortz' videos because I'm like, why is this guy stealing my name? They're dog crap.
Are they really? I'd have expected. Well, let's take a look at something. I got an idea on that. Let's take a look and see what his little gig is here.
I'm being okay.
He had one video. He had one video who made it. He had something pop that put him on the map just a couple of days ago. He still only got 4,000 views total, like lifetime.
There's no custom thumbnails.
Yeah, you're right. And they're not that good. It's that new one, that newest video that he had. He did a custom thumbnail. He put some time into it. And he got 650 views. For whatever reason, he got good velocity on that video, 12-minute video.
Maybe he's got an audience elsewhere. I don't know, but
he got a pop on that one, though. A good pop.
The watch time metric, right? We know a guy who cheated that one.
No, we don't. No, he didn't.
Not too much anymore, but we knew a guy.
Right. I think I know what you're talking about.
Right. Now.
And I have an answer for this.
Now, is there any reasoning that AdSense or ads or whatever they are should be putting their ads on his videos, especially back then, above ours?
Are you talking about like a 24-hour stream?
Yeah.
Yeah, those are horseshit. They don't count for anything.
They did back then. I think they changed it. It's a maximum of 8 now, right?
Oh yeah, you can still do 24 hours, but they have to. What YouTube does now, and I'm afraid after this I got to go. I got to get some things going over here. But one of the things that YouTube does, and you've seen this, we've all seen this in effect. If you watch YouTube on television, if you watch it on television, you say you go to watch Deer Meat for Dinner, you click on his channel, you go through the kind of the rigmarole with the remote of like trying to track down, type in Deer Meat for Dinner or whatever, and you hit play on it, and it's a little bit more rudimentary than the phone or anything, so it's just going to keep playing Deer Meat for Dinner videos, right? It's the same thing with a 24-hour live stream. They both have the same deal. So Deer Meat for Dinner, you hit play on his video, or you hit play on the 24-hour stream, the 24-hour live stream, either way. It's going to play a few videos. Those few videos, like you're playing them on TV, well, they are going to get 0 likes, 0 comments, 0 engagement. You're watching them, and you're gaining the watch time, you know? But his videos are about 20 minutes long, so you're going to get through 3 of his videos, or an hour's worth of 24-hour live stream. Exact same thing. After 1 hour on the television, a message is going to pop up. Are you still watching this? You're going to have to hit yes, right? If you hit yes, that counts as engagement, and now it starts over again. Deer Meat for Dinner is now getting watch time and credit. You're not giving any likes. You're not giving any comments, but at least you gave the engagement that, yes, I want you to keep playing his video for me. Now, on the 24-hour live stream, you don't get that. On a playlist on the phone that's playing, you don't often get that. But especially with that 24-hour, that thing is just playing and playing and playing. But after 1 hour, dead in the water. It means absolutely nothing if you're not, even if you leave a like, that timer is clicking. If you're 30 minutes in and you hit a like, you get 1 more hour. That thing gets an hour and a half's worth of credit. But an hour and a half worth of credit for a 24-hour live stream is one of the most abysmal AVDs you're going to get on a video. So those 24 hours, it's not just about having that thing run for 24 hours. You actually have to have activity, and you have to have engagement on those. Otherwise, they're totally worthless. What he did was a freaking joke. He didn't get any of that on his. Obviously, because he's not doing them anymore. It didn't do anything for him.
Now, wait a minute. You said 630 on a video?
Yeah, his last one had 650.
Okay, and that bully for him.
That's velocity. He had 650 in a short time frame. That's what did it. And it's because of that thumbnail. It looks like Blue Gabe. He's got that chiseled chin.
503, 839, 747, 589, 662.
What, that's you? On shorts videos.
Yeah.
Oh, there's other things that go into play with that. Yeah, they don't quite compare in that measure. Sorry, but there are other things that go into play with that.
Okay, so non-shorts videos uploads 1.3 thousand, 1.3 thousand, 1.1 thousand, 1,000.
No, get out of it. What are your last couple? Like, not like all your biggest ones. What are your last couple of videos? Let me see. No, I'm pulling it up now. I'm gonna look. I'm gonna look at your channel. Actually, yeah, you're doing pretty good recently here. Your last, no, that's your. Let's look at your videos.
I haven't had a regular video hit 1,000 in a while now. Well, no, I take that back. That gun video, that wasn't too long ago. That's still 1,000.
Dude, that ice fishing, creek fishing video, that thing ought to go somewhere. That just looks like it's going to be a good video to me.
No. It's the right length. The thumbnail's not bad. It moves.
That one with the thumbnail, man, I'd have expected more on that.
Yeah, it didn't do shit.
It's how this goes sometimes, but You also can't focus too much on the shorts, and you're not. But just don't put too much faith in that. You got to focus on the real content. Shorts are supplementary.
Yeah, I do too, but I need to drag the views before they go away. Like you were saying, it's a short shell.
Yeah, get what you can while you can.
Mm-hmm.
You know what? I'll take a look at your channel. I'll see if like there's some things to focus on.
Oh, I know there's some things to focus on. I'm not saying I'm great.
It's shorts shorts is the thing that's like.
I'm just saying why a guy who's brand new is beating me in velocity with my name.
Yeah.
That's what really ticks me off YouTube.
What is, dude? Okay. You got that. Okay. Seriously, I've got to go after this, but I'm going to point out one thing on here that you need to visit.
Okay.
You've got a couple of videos here, which, I mean, it was a couple months ago now, but you got a couple of videos that you got some good hits on. The two that I'm seeing in particular are your stimulus check firearm and Great Lake Erie walleye fishing.
Yeah.
So what I see with this is, first off, that thumbnail for the stimulus check firearm. That's sick. That's a good thumbnail, dude. That's freaking awesome. That's so Quentin Tarantino. But second off, like, and this is my approach. This is like I do this because it just works. Great Lake Erie walleye fishing 2020, 6 months ago. That's your wife?
Yeah.
You're not using your wife enough.
Tell me about it.
She got your views, man. She got your views.
Yeah, look, if my wife would let me, I would throw her cleavage in every thumbnail like half these other fishing girls do. So well, yes, my wife. I totally agree with you. And I say this quite often because actually, well, COVID hit, the pandemic hit 2020, but there's a playlist on my page, My Wife's First. We were doing a series. We were going to do a series, My Wife First, to drag the views to it because she's a city girl. That was the first time she'd ever been on a charter fishing. Last year, first time she'd ever shot a gun. That video's in there. First, all these things that we probably grew up doing, she never did. So we were dragging
that first time stuff. People eat that up. That's such a good approach,
right? And then everything got shut down. So hopefully this year we picked that back up. We build that.
I'm in the same boat with you on that. I really like looking back on it. I phoned it in so hard last year, just trying to get anything done at all. It's going to be nice to be able to actually make content that I intend to make this year.
Yeah.
I tell you what, Kelly, on that note, my friend, I apologize. I'm afraid I got to get out of here. I got to get dinner going, and then I got a daughter who's way too active for it about to be her bedtime.
We're about 45 minutes over an hour stream anyway, so it's an hour 45. I usually go an hour, but sometimes when you're having fun. I hear you on that. Brandon O'Neill, Adam Mahora Fishing. What's your brother's name?
Peter
Orchard. Appreciate everybody coming in.
I think thanks, guys. Y'all have a good night.
Good night, Stanley.
Kelly, it's good seeing you, man. Look forward to the next one.
Yeah, I'm blue collar fishing, the real one. And actually, I like even numbers, so I'll go one more minute on here by myself to get to 145.
Shut it down, man. I'm afraid I'm running here. I got to. I'm going to take off. But I'll see you in the next one, man. Take it easy.
Have a good night, Stanley. Appreciate you coming tonight. See you next time. All right. Thank you, everybody, for coming in. 60 more seconds. Hey, if you're new to our channel and you haven't subscribed already, we really appreciate if you go ahead and do that. Subscribe to our channel. I got to beat the velocity of this guy who's trying to come in and just steal everything from me. I don't like that. So, but thanks for watching Blue Collar Fishing. We appreciate you coming in tonight. You can check out the link to all our social media is in our banner page above if you want to check out other pages. And We have playlist. If you want to check out other things that we've done besides the live stream, we appreciate it. Take it easy. Have a good night. We'll see you next time.